get this party started. Whatever that was. What's up, everybody? My name is Shaelyn, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today, if you were a part of my poll on Instagram, you would know that I had to decide between posting a gym video that I already filmed and edited and uploaded to private on YouTube. It was a 35-minute, like, very thorough gym video. But going into starting my YouTube channel, I kind of had the idea that I wouldn't upload very long videos unless like absolutely necessary. I wanted to keep them like under 20 minutes if possible. So obviously a 35-minute video wasn't ideal. So if you saw on my story, you would know that I tried to come up with a compromise. What I was going to do was just post the long video anyway, and then post like timestamps like in the description of the video, so that if you wanted to like go through the video to a certain part, then you could do that. But I ended up deciding that I didn't really like the talking portion that I did of that video anyway. So I am now going to be breaking up my gym video into two parts. So today's video is abs, not abs and arms. So today's video is abs and arms. Before we get started, I wanted to kind of break down, I'm not sure what it's called, but like the layout of how I like to Okay, hi guys. I don't know how to explain this, but I'm gonna put a little clip here. The whole rest of the video sounds like this and looks like this. Literally all the way from this point of the video to the end. So I don't have it in me to refilm this for a third time, so I managed to speed it up to make it sound a little bit more normal. But if you find that some parts are like a little off or like weird looking or sounding, that is why. Just a disclaimer. Back to the video. I wanted to break down like the flow of how my workouts go pretty much every time that I go to the gym. I have like a set way that I go through my workouts, I guess. And it just kind of keeps it interesting for me, keeps me motivated, and gets things moving at a faster pace so that I can get in and out as soon as possible. Because let's be real, I don't really like staying at the gym too long. I'm sure I already popped it up on the screen somewhere, but I created a little diagram, if you will, of my workout layout. So first of all, I always start my workout routine with some type of cardio, and it's usually between two things, which is either the elliptical or the treadmill. So if I go on the elliptical, I like doing 30-second intervals of like two different speeds. So I'll do like 30 seconds of like a normal, easy to keep up speed. And then for 30 seconds, I'll go like really hard and really push myself to go really fast. And then I'll just keep swapping between the two speeds. And I do that for about 5 minutes. But then if I choose to go on the treadmill, say the ellipticals are all taken up, or if I just feel like going on the treadmill one day, then I typically like to like kind of do a warm up of like 2 minutes walking at a faster pace. And then I'll do 1 to 2 minutes of running or jogging. And then I'll finish up my treadmill section of my workout with like a 1 to 2 minute cool down of walking at a pace that will help me kind of cool down. And then on the diagram, I put something called the main focus. So I typically go to the gym 3 days a week. I try to go, and I'll switch out the main focus for each day that I go. So I'll do abs one day, then I'll do legs one day, and then I'll do arms the last day. And so as you can see on the diagram, I usually do 3 sets of each exercise that I do. And so you're gonna see a lot of exercises, like random exercises. I usually pick from that list of exercises 3 of them, and I'll do them each 3 times. However many reps that I usually do of them. On the diagram, I say all 3 sets in a row, and then I'll do a 30-second rest, and then I do that whole thing 3 times.
Back again. I don't know if any of that made sense, so I just wanted to explain to you a little bit better what I meant by all of that. Basically, so say I take 3 ab exercises. Say I do crunches, bicycle, and then leg raises. I'll do those 3 exercises, take a 30-second rest, and then do them again. And I usually do those for 3 sets. So then I'll take another 30-second rest and then do it all again. And then that's like that chunk of the workout. And I'll usually pick like 2 or 3 sets of exercises. I don't know if this makes any sense, but that's basically what I meant, if you get that.
And then the last thing that I do in my workout kind of routine each day is stretching. I like to end my workouts with stretching always. It's something that I really like to work on. If you know me personally, you would know that I was a dancer from ages, I think 3 until 17, basically up until when I had my stroke. So however many years that is, that's how long I danced for. So you would probably assume, and you would assume correct, that I was a pretty flexible person as a dancer for that long. And so now being out of dancing for 6 years now, going on 6 years, you can imagine how stiff and kind of like seized up my muscles have gotten if I'm not stretching them as regularly as I was. So ending a workout with stretching is something that's really been helping me to get towards my goal of the flexibility that I was before, which honestly I've made a lot of progress, so I've been really happy with that. But anyway, let's jump into the abs and arms portion of this 2-part gym series. As you can see in this video, I chose the treadmill. I don't have any footage of me on the elliptical, so you're only going to see me on the treadmill. But yeah, basically, as I said before, I walk at a fast pace for 2 minutes. I run or jog for 1 to 2 minutes. And then I do like a walking cool down at like a more normal or slower pace for 1 to 2 minutes. Then I move on to the main focus, which let's start with abs. So this is crunches. I do 3 sets of 10 reps. Pretty self-explanatory, crunches are crunches. And then I like to do these heel touches. Again, 3 sets of 10 reps. You're basically just putting your arms out straight and moving side to side to get the sides of your abs. And you're basically just touching your ankles. Next, I used to do this at dance as like one of our warm-ups. Don't really know what to call it. I found an exercise very similar to it, but not exactly what this is. And honestly, I've been doing the other exercise more often than doing this one. Basically, you put your knee or sorry, you put your foot on your knee and you kind of like cross your elbow to touch your foot that's up on your knee. But anyway, I call it an elbow crossover. Again, 3 sets of 10 reps. Next, the bicycle. Pretty sure a lot of people know what this one is. Again, 3 sets of 10 reps. Now, for this one, for Russian twists, I just want to explain my progression of doing Russian twists a little bit in case you're curious. I started by having my feet on the ground while I twisted, but I found that I wasn't really getting like a nice kind of workout in my ab area. So I forget what video it was, but I saw that the girl in the video was lifting her feet up and balancing on her bum, and then doing the Russian twist. So I started doing that, and I basically do 3 sets of 10 reps again, same as usual. But now I've been holding like a weighted ball I think I used the 10-pound ball, and I just kind of use that, and I feel a lot more going on in my abs. And it honestly really helps. I've noticed a huge improvement in my ab area since starting to do that. So do with that what you will. Moving on to leg raises. This one was kind of a hard one for me to figure out after my stroke, considering I didn't really have the best control over my left leg. So basically, I just put my left leg over my right leg, and my right leg kind of just carries my left leg through the motion, and it still does the same effect on your abs. It still targets the same area, and still hurts really freaking bad. Then right after leg raises, I like to move into what I've looked up to be called, I don't know what it's actually called, but from what I've seen on the internet, people like to call it, what is it? Toes to ceiling. So, I mean, you can see on the screen what it is here. You basically just push up after your leg raise and kind of push your toes all the way up to the ceiling. Well, not all the way up to the ceiling, but like as far towards the ceiling as you can. Okay, then moving on to another one that I used to do as like a conditioning exercise at dance growing up. I'm just gonna call them leg circles. Basically, you just put your legs together like you would with leg raises and things like that. And you just literally put your like feet, I guess, around in a massive circle, as big as you can make it. I do 5 to the left and then 5 to the right. And trust me, if you do this one, you'll know it freaking hurts. And then basically the last exercise that I like to do for abs is a plank. I like to stick to a 1-minute plank. If I can do more, then the more the merrier, but for now, all I can really handle after doing like a full course of ab exercises is 1 minute in a plank. So I left in how I get into my plank because it is pretty interesting. I guess if you don't know how to do plank with only one side of your body holding you up, then now you do. Basically, I anchor my left arm next to my right arm. And then again, I put my left leg over my right leg, and then I just kind of push up and hold and hope for the best. Yeah, there's the footage of me doing the plank. Okay, so next is arms. So for arm days, I like to really focus on like stretching out and the rehabilitation of my affected left arm. This is a great chance for me to really like stretch out the tone, which if you don't know, tone regarding paralysis is like the tightness that people with paralysis experience with their arms. A lot of like hemiplegic arms will tend to curl inwards like this. But I like to really work on that so that it doesn't end up like that. So this is a great opportunity for me to do this at least once a week. So first I start with the weighted pull down. I found these really cool type of weights at my gym. Basically, I mean, they're only 2 pounds each. There's 2 of them there. So I'm just using one right now because that's all my hand can really grip at this point in time. But basically, they're kind of like made of like cloth and they have like a material handle. So it's a lot easier for my hand to grip instead of like a dumbbell or something like kind of hard and stiff and heavy. So yeah, once I kind of manipulate my hand to hold on to the material on the weight, and I just kind of let the weight take over and it pulls down my arm and stretches it out. I also wanted to mention that I do have these, what are they called? They're kind of like, what are they called? I'll insert a picture of them right here. I forget what they're called, but they're kind of like a strap that goes around your wrist, and they have like 2 little claws to hold on to things. I think it's on the inside of the wrist actually. So like it kind of looks like you're holding it. I think weightlifters use it to substitute for like gripping on to a weight with their hand or like a bar with their hand. But I thought that it would be really handy for me. I have it, but it's at my mom's house. So I don't have it here with me. But I think that would be kind of helpful.
Okay, obviously I didn't finish that thought. I just kind of like trailed off into not talking anymore. But basically, I explain it more in the next exercise. What I meant by this, by why I can't use the strap, the wrist strap with the 2 hooks to do the weight pull down. I think that's what I called it. But yeah, you'll hear the little spiel for the next exercise. Stay tuned.
Then next I do bicep curls with wrist support. So in this video, it does look like I'm using my right arm to like move my left arm, but I just wanted to explain. You know what? I explained it really well in the last video. I don't feel like getting into it because I can't really think of the words right now. But so anyway, roll a clip. You guys can see most of the time my hand is open like this, but if I make my wrist get pulled up in neutral, it makes a fist, which is good for holding weights. So when I'm doing the bicep curls, basically all I'm doing with my right arm is holding it in like a straight position like that to keep my hand in a fist like that. But yeah, so anyway, you get the gist from that video. Basically, I'm not moving my arm with my right arm. Sorry, I'm not moving my left arm with my right arm. So basically I do 3 sets of 5 reps of 2 pound bicep curls. And then after I do bicep curls on my left arm, I drop my arm down again and I practice my grip strength. So that's basically just really focusing and thinking about squeezing my left hand when it's in a dropped position, or like a position out here as you can see in the video, without dropping the weight. So it's honestly a really big challenge for somebody who has paralysis. But yeah, so then next I do that. And then I was doing bicep curls with the 2-pound weight on my right arm because I didn't want my muscle in each arm to differ too much. But as you can see, my husband came up and wanted me to challenge myself a little bit more. So he grabbed me an 8-pound dumbbell and made me do it with my able arm. So again, I just did 3 sets of 5 reps. And finally, to close out my arm workout routine, I like to do some weight bearing on my left arm / I like to call them mini push-ups. Basically, I just place my hand on a bench and scoop my knees outwards. I like to use a yoga mat under my knees because my knees kind of hurt when they're on that hard floor. But yeah, basically I just kind of pulse and I do, again, 3 sets of 5 reps. All right, and that's my ab and arm portion, part 1 of 2 of my 2-part gym series. I know I mentioned in the beginning when I was going over like my gym layout that I do cardio, main focus, then stretching. But I decided to include stretching with part 2 of this video, which is going to be legs and stretching. So stay tuned for next week's video, which will be part 2, legs and stretching portion of this gym video. You guys asked for the shorter videos, so sorry you're not getting all the content this week, but you'll get the rest of it next week. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.